Many nutrition coaches start a discovery call, but they miss critical insights that help them serve the client better and close the deal faster. Learn how to prepare for a coaching discovery call to make the conversation more high value and to make sure that the client signs up with your program. My name is Robin. Welcome back to my channel. I help nutrition coaches finally gain the confidence to transform the health and lives of others, allowing them to build a successful nutrition coaching business. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure that you subscribe and like this video. Discovery calls are key in your coaching business because it grows your coaching business. You talk about goals and motivation of your clients, you talk about their obstacles, any deadlines, and you make sure that the client is actually a great fit for you. So you want to be careful who you invite to a discovery call. They are not only time consuming, but also very energy consuming. So if you hop on a call with everyone that comes across your page, it means nothing gets done, you feel exhausted, and you have to deal with rejections and no's all the time. So taking time before you invite somebody to a discovery call saves time, saves energy, saves worries, and most importantly, it saves your saneness. Taking the time to prepare a discovery call also means you have a higher success rate. You pre-qualify the people in your DMs so you actually understand if they are a great fit or if they aren't. And also, if you struggle with confidence, taking a little bit more time to really deeply understand the client before you hop on a call means that you can show up with more confidence and you have much better plan of how you actually want to talk about your program so they want to sign up with you. So the whole goal of preparing for a discovery call is to understand the client. Who are they? What is going on in their life? What do they want? What are their struggles? And how can you help them reach their goals? Because without clear priorities, you only have low value conversations. They might be fun, but you don't have a lot of success. You're wasting your time, your patience, and theirs as well. So don't move on before you actually understand the client and you can offer them something meaningful. So what do you need to run a successful discovery call? Obviously, you need a discovery call script, and you can find an example of a discovery call script here and also in the description below. Then you need to book the meeting. You need to book time to prepare for the meeting. You have to make sure right before the meeting that your technology is actually ready, and then you have to prepare yourself to listen. When you're booking time for a meeting, you book time to prepare, and I recommend, especially in the beginning, to take about an hour to review the client's profiles, previous conversations, to prepare your script and your questions, and then about 20 to 30 minutes for the actual call, plus a little bit of buffer before the next meeting. And you might be wondering, how do I actually book discovery calls? And I have a full video on how to book more discovery calls that you can find here and also in the description below. So when you're preparing your script, you're preparing your agenda, and you have two goals essentially. One, you want to make sure that you sign up your ideal client because you are investing time and energy in them. If they're not committed, if they're not ready, and if they're not a great fit, you're wasting everything. And you want some kind of payment information, usually their credit card. Taking time for the preparation means you can close the deal faster, you understand the problem more quickly that they're facing, and you also have prepared how your coaching is the perfect solution for their problem. So how can you start to understand your client better? Even before you start the conversation, you can look at their social media profile. Do you have anything in common? Have they posted anything recently? Do you can learn something about that about them? Do you have maybe potential mutual friends or followers that you can use as a way to engage them in the beginning? Have there been any big events that you can congratulate on or ask about in the beginning to start the conversation? And also, can you learn something about how they spend their time? What profession do they have? What hobbies do they have? Do they have time You can also learn about how they spend their time. Can you understand what is their profession, their hobby? Do they have a family? And also by looking at how they are living their life, can you understand what challenges they might face? A lawyer might face different challenges as a new mom. So understanding who they are gives you insight into what problems they're most likely going to face. And I have a list of the top 10 nutritional challenges, and I will talk about this towards the end of the video. You can also think about what objections, what barriers to purchasing do they likely have. If they're a high-level executive, they might think they don't have the time for coaching. Or if they're a new mom, they might struggle with the finances. So understanding them, understanding their life, helps you prepare for some potential objections. Also, during the reach outs, ask them what are their challenges, what do they want to achieve, what is currently holding them back. And I mentioned it already, I have a full video on how to book more calls and how to have these conversations that you can find here and also in the description below. With all that information, what they're doing, what they're maybe doing for sports, their family, their profession, how they spend their time, hobbies, you can start to think, what is a great strategy to help them? So you find clarity around their pain points and what they want to achieve, so you can start building a solution. So how can your coaching be the best solution for them? That's important when you not only invite them for a discovery call, but also how you position your coaching in the discovery call, because you clearly understand the problems, their goals, and how you and your coaching can bring them to their goals. One quick word of warning. When you're doing this, it's very easy to get distracted, to search social media or do something else, watch a couple of reels. It's your brain that's trying to protect you from doing something new and difficult. Don't allow this. Don't feed the distraction. Focus on what you're here. You want to serve this potential client. So focus as best as you can on what you can learn about them so you can be the best coach for them that you can be. Now that you're ready, you can prepare your script. And that means, what questions do you ask and how do you present your solution? So when you're going through their social media, when you have the conversation, make notes that help you design your strategy. And it's important to understand, you're not designing a complete coaching program. You're designing a strategy. What are the 3 major milestones that you want to try and hit with them so they reach their goals? So this program, this strategy, also addresses their objections. It's not too time consuming for the executive, or it's not too expensive for the young mom. And a very good way to do that is to try and put yourself into their shoes. How does their day look like? How do they wake up? How is their commute? How is the first 5 hours of the day look like? The next 5 hours? How's the evening look like? What needs, what questions, what problems, what frustrations, what challenges are they facing? And what are they dreaming about? What do they want from their life? How can you increase their life? So in the conversation in the DMs and also in the discovery call, you can create the gap. You develop this distance between where they are and where they want to be. And by understanding that beforehand, you can make a very clear value proposition in their DMs and also in the call, because you understand how your coaching connects where they are and where they want to be. So your coaching becomes the bridge to a future that they are inspired by. This is really important. The preparation allows you to answer this very important question. How can I be the person that solves their problems? And by understanding them deeply, you then demonstrate value right off the bat in the beginning, notching them more and more to saying yes to your coaching offer, because you understand their pains, you understand their objections, and you have a coaching program that perfectly fits and also brings them to the goals that they are after. So how might this look like? Maybe you're in a conversation with a young mom. So you notice, oh, she's probably really overwhelmed with all the new changes, with this new baby that's constantly a distraction and a focus. So eating slowly, for example, is more challenging. Eating at all is more challenging. Maybe they're very worried about what should I eat to be the best role model for my child. And then what are their dreams? They want to maybe lose the baby weight, or maybe they want to improve their eating to be a role model. You can talk about this, and then you talk about it's not too expensive. I have a special price for young moms, or I'm focused on young moms. Very simple recipes that you can do while you're holding your toddler. And what about the executive? The executive is probably very time restricted. So you talk about how your coaching doesn't need a lot of time. And they may also not want to think about all the things. So you focus on how you guide them, how you make decisions for them, so they are more ready, more willing to accept your offer. Or you completely switch and you might talk with an athlete. So you're focusing more on how to improve their performance. They're noticing maybe they're not as strong, or they're not progressing as much, or maybe they're struggling with their weight. And you can then talk about your program in a way of, I'm going to help you get this 1% extra performance out of your nutrition. I'm going to share how to eat before and after your workouts for maximum growth. So by understanding the client, what are their pains, what are their bright futures, you can position yourself, and preparation for that in the discovery call, is key. So you're preparing your script for the discovery call. Think about how can you open the conversation. Can you maybe reference something from a previous conversation in their DMs? Or maybe you have a mutual friend, mutual connection. Maybe you can talk about a big event, maybe a big football event that your athlete has been part of, or the new child that they have just got. Whatever it is, you start the conversation with something non-threatening where you build a connection. Then think about what questions are you going to ask to uncover their pains. You understand their pains to some degree, so you can think about the mom. Probably you ask something like, oh, how's your eating while trying to care for your toddler? With the executive to ask, oh, how difficult is it to eat healthy when you are eating lunch with your colleagues all the time? So by asking these very specific tailored questions, you can very quickly uncover the pain. And then you move on to bright future questions like, can you help me understand how your bright future looks like? Or what would it feel for you that your suit finally fits again and you don't have to open a button when you sit down with your colleagues? Or with the athlete, that you finally win this race or lift this weight. And if you're interested in learning more about these questions, check out my offer at the end of this video. I'm going to share a list of questions and also a checklist to prepare. Now that you have pain questions, bright future questions, now think about how you best describe your coaching. What are the specific benefits that your coaching brings for them? Not too expensive, highly tailored towards athletes, or not too time consuming so busy executives can actually do it. And think about the objections. We just talked about it. Is it not too expensive? Is it actually good for the kind of athlete they are? Preparing your script can make a huge difference in your success rate in a discovery call. And if you want to see a master at discovery calls, check out the video here and also in the description below. Master sales coach Nicole Kramer and I recorded a coaching discovery call example with commentary. And you see, when you're prepared, how smooth a salesperson can actually be, because they really understand what questions to ask and how to get to the bottom, to the need behind the need that a client feels. Another great tip is to visualize and role play your conversation. Take 5 minutes, close your eyes, have your script ready, and think about the potential client and the conversation, how you're going to open, what questions are you asking, what are they going to answer, how can you more quickly uncover the pain and the need behind the need, and then how can you go into the bright future, what objections are they likely to have, how can you preemptively remove some of these objections. Visualizing this conversation can be a huge benefit for you because you understand what questions most likely going to arise. And then 30 seconds, 5 minutes before the call, clean up your space, clean up your notes, and then take a moment to do a mind-body scan. Notice how you're sitting, where your feet are, how your throat, your chest, your stomach feels. Checking in with your body allows you to be more empathetic. You listen better. And listening is the key in a discovery call. You listen for the pain, you listen for the bright future, you listen for the objection. And all of that being so present means that you can present your discovery call in the most attractive, most value-adding way, and they will not be able to resist your offer. And that means you write down a warm welcome. For example, you could say something like this: "Thank you so much for taking the time today. I sincerely appreciate it. We talked about your problem, and I want to dive a little bit deeper with you today to share some recommendations that will work in the context of your life." Again, a full script for a discovery call, you can find it here and also in the description below, and also a full conversation with commentary, both in the cards and also in the description below. Just a quick reminder, if you want to go deeper, there are lots of cool videos in the description below. As I said, a full discovery call. Nicole Kramer sold me a 3,500 3-month weight loss program. There's another video on how to book my discovery calls and how you can develop a full step-by-step discovery call script. But even with all that information, you might still be hesitant. You might feel like, oh, I'm not feeling really ready to take action yet. Maybe you feel deeply a worry that you might fail, that you might make a mistake. And this coaching is really, really important to you, so you want to bring your best self to it. You want to know as much as possible. You want to feel as ready as possible, as confident as possible. My free coaching session preparation kit teaches you exactly that. It teaches you how to have total confidence in your ability to transform the health and lives of others. It's a 7-hour-long video tutorial course made for nutrition coaches, and it teaches you world-class proven mindset skills and strategies so you bring your best coaching to the table with clarity and confidence in what you do. We talk about discovery calls, including checklists, questions, scripts, conversation starters. It continues over to the first coaching session, how to prepare for it, how to run the first coaching session, how to have follow-up conversations, how to create check-in forms, how to ask for feedback, and so on and so on. Everything for free. The link is in the description below. What was most helpful about this video? What questions do you still have? Do you notice any thought gremlins still holding you back from actually starting your coaching business? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like and subscribe this video if you learned something so you don't miss any new videos like this. And also, if you want to get in touch with me personally, you can reach out to Instagram and I would love to hear from you.